Hey guys, Farrell here, bringing you back on the Zombiecraft server to show you some of the latest progress on my builds here at the spawn area. A couple of things have changed. Zandra's been working on her candles, but you can see a lot of people have been building up all over the place. I know Sean's house had to be moved a little bit because the path out of the spawn area was right in the way of it. You can also see the tree has been developed much more. Got much more branches starting to come off of it and just develop a little more foliage. We've got a new house over there, some construction going on back there. There's construction going on just about everywhere. We've got a Roto's spot on the server, and you can see the Zandra's blocked off the edge of the bridge here, primarily because it's now an Iron Golem territory over here. Pretty extensive Iron Golem territory. I actually have also... you can see that definitely some changes there as well, but you can see the biggest changes over here, and this is going to be my first time actually seeing it at night. Also over here, I was helping Anish the other day with, she wanted to build a bridge over to her place, and then that turned into, well, it's kind of the logical extension of the path out of spawn, so that kind of turned into this bridge that we put together to start with. And she's over here apparently waiting for some birch to grow for her teepee. We've made a path off so you can get the Roto's spot, and then we continued it on just to get to the other side here. I do have to kick it back over because actually we're a little off of the 0 coordinate on this. So I don't want to leave it too far off, but I do have to also come back and bring in some more spruce fencing over here and actually redo the torches properly so it's correct the whole way down. Then Anish has also been pranked for the first time on the server with the moose over here. That would be a steam trap putting that together. I've got a little bit of an intersection here that could use some more lighting. This is kind of the edge of spawn, so to speak. We've got a building over there that I've made this kind of link up with. Then this cuts over and goes back over towards this area where I'm kind of settled in. No progress over there, but you can see that we've had some significant progress over here. Some new buildings popped up, and this is actually the home of Magoo over here. So Magoo had, on the previous world, built that massive underground base / farm. So yeah, Magoo's been definitely busy over here working on building out a new place, and I like that, and that kind of, when I popped on, inspired me to say, well, we need to do a broadcast tower. And you saw it from over by Anish's TP, the What News Tower here. There's the big what on the side. Because I'm completely starving now. This is where I put aside the space to build the What News studio on the server over here. And just kind of chasing that down a little bit. So my bridge over here hasn't changed. I put in a little bit of support under it just so it doesn't look too bad. But yep, that's the What News Tower there. That has been lit up with end rods. I'm hoping that'll look a little better from a distance. The problem has been trying to light that. If I use regular torches, it just looks kind of ugly and stands out. Whereas the end rods kind of blend in a little more into the structure there. But that is now, I like how that's lit up. It's my first time seeing it. And then I also built the What News studio over here. Now, this is as far as I'm going to build out the studio. I'm kind of opening this up to, if anyone wants to come over and build in a little more of an interior, they're welcome to, because I suck at doing interior design. We've got a receptionist desk here and chair. The desk is actually suspended from the ceiling and has the lighting built into it, so I don't have to worry about 20 million torches everywhere. Speaking of which, get rid of the floor torch. We come over here. On this side is our control room. Again, I need to get a laptop in here, essentially, into the broadcast studio. It's all open to the outside as far as lighting goes. The actual inspiration for the shell of the building was actually the WGBH building in Boston. I had a job interview there about a year ago, and it's just a really neat building to look at, and I kind of wanted to duplicate it to some extent in Minecraft itself. This is the What News. This is kind of an office area. I mean, the downside is it's on half slabs, so I can get away with not having as great lighting in here, but at the same time it's going to make it hard to put furniture in, I think. The actual broadcast room itself is in here. I still have to do some finishing touches on the camera over here, like the supports and everything. But the gist of it is in place and ready for the first broadcast. I did kind of debate about the glowstone up in the ceiling, about moving out of the way. But I do kind of like that there. It looks... I was thinking about the... this was before I remodeled the desk with the end rods as the supports down there. But now it's why I've got glowstone in the corner there to light stuff up, and I kind of like having the bushes there. But the intent is that we can do some pretty neat featuring of stuff around here. It looks like Sean's checking out my place right now, and it's a pretty good view from out here. I can't wait to see what else is kind of going to get built out here. You can see over there in the corner, I've been working on my base as well. So it's one of those things where I just every now and when I'm building, I tend to either be dead on with stuff and kind of come up with something really neat to work with just from putting down blocks, and then there's times where it just kind of backfires on me, where I just start putting down blocks and putting down more blocks and putting down even more blocks after that, and it just goes all weird, which is kind of how this has turned out. I'm not too thrilled with how the top of it turned out. I was thinking about doing a fishbowl up there, but I didn't really want to do that. And then I was thinking about doing more like a bird bath up there, but that would have required a lot more stone, and the structure would have been a lot more complicated. So I kind of just started throwing stuff in there, and well, it works, but it doesn't work. It's kind of overgrown to hide some of the ugliness a little bit. I don't know. I might come back and tear the bulk of that down. I'm happy with how the bottom of the structure, all the way up to kind of about here. I like how all that turned out, but everything else is kind of like, I mean, this might even just be overgrown with, I might overgrow this whole area with trees on purpose, just to kind of, to hide that. And I do have the added disadvantage of, I need to, there's a lot of stuff up here I've actually got to start moving and getting placed back down. Like I've got the flowers and everything. I've got to start working on landscaping the area. I'm not sure what else I'm going to put in the area just yet, because I want to really keep this clear. We had trees up here, and I really didn't want to chop down that real nice big tree I had over here, the big oak tree that had grown up. I didn't want to take it down, but unfortunately it just doesn't. It was completely in the way of being able to see the WHUT from that area, and as it is, the tower itself is barely visible from spawn. And I have thought about also coming back through and putting, the what on all four sides of the tower, but for now I'm just going to stick with it there. So I guess you can kind of call that the first area on the server that's really big enough to potentially have a town hall meeting in. I mean, we don't really have a town hall per se yet. A lot of stuff is still under development. Actually, I shouldn't say that's the largest. The largest is actually probably that house over there. There's a couple others as well. This path is pretty much done, I think. I'm not going to do anything more with that. Hello everyone! Quick status update here, or maybe not so quick status update. I've been quite busy, not so much over at Zombieland Studios, but over in the Nether. It is the holiday weekend, so I've been able to put in quite a bit of time slaving away here. I actually, if I remember, I will link in an image on this video. You may notice it from looking at the recording that there's something a little different. The good news is as I am recording this, a copy of Journey Map that uses the latest version of Forge for 1.9.4, which came out just a few days ago, came out this morning. Now, the good news is this is great because it means you can see I've been busy running around, bookmarking all the various locations in the Nether that I could get to. The bad news is there's definitely a bug with this version. It has been a long day in the Nether, and frankly, I'm just glad to actually have some mapping utility back, because it is nice to actually have a map of the Nether and know where everything is, because it's not the most intuitive Nether in the world, but in other ways, it's definitely a little more intuitive. So I've been working in here. You can see I'm trying to work on this a little bit here, but I want to get this update video out while I have a moment here. I'd started off building this with blue highlights in mind, and then the tunnels got switched around, so this is no longer the blue tunnel, this is the red tunnel. So yeah, that's a thing that I had to kind of come back, and fortunately I do have a Silk Touch pick now, so I was able to pull some of the materials out without losing them completely. I've got to head back over to the Shredding Desert because I need to get a lot more sand for glass. I also need to find some squids at some point because every time I've tried to go out squid hunting, none are spawning. Then of course I got to tear this whole thing out and rebuild it because I'm not happy with this tunnel at all now. I'm much more happier with how this is turning out. I still have ceiling work to do, primarily around getting some more of the diorite up top and also the supports across. I need to go out and find some glowstone so I can put that in here as well, because that's what's really supposed to be up above the this thing here, so it kind of will, from a glance, potentially look like it's diffusing a little bit of light. I've got more glass that I've got to put in the sides. Fortunately, I've got rose bushes, so I've got plenty of access to the red dyes. I do have another neighbor over here, obviously. I've got Zershades moving in across the way, so we've got Steam Trap, Zershade, and myself, and Rojo down there. Or Roto down there, and that's it for anyone in the red path. You can see from looking at the colors on my screen, I've got all my portal bookmarks color-coded. The only different exception is this one over here, which is yellow-green. That's a corner intersection that has already been established. There's a lot of people living down the green path. So yeah, I'm kind of out in the sticks as far as it comes with living in the Nether and on the map. The blue path is even more populated because there's a bunch of people settled together over in the mountain home area. Okay guys, so needless to say, there's not going to be much of a rewind for this season. Not really much to go over, unfortunately. I did want to actually bring you in and show you a little bit of a video which kind of really explains why I'm really chagrined about how I died in that season. And that's because this is my current build on Zombiecraft, or at least one aspect of it. I've been digging out and digging around and otherwise working pretty extensively around lava for the last 2 weeks. So you'd think I would know, down to level 11, just managed to avoid lava trying to get to poop, that, well, maybe I should be careful in trying to get to that gold. Yeah. Ay.
Quick, put
Oh,
ring
there's
of
a creeper
anvils.
coming close to the pie here. Someone's about ready to race around and find him.
And that will be 5.
Oh, that creeper wants a piece of this cake.
Are you guys doing the sides like the one Cleo made?
Yes.
We were going to go with a circle at first, and then we were going to alter it to make it look closer.
Nice.
Okay, so it's up to the What News Not So helicopter to provide aerial coverage for mobs, I guess?
Sure, if you'd like.